Right. So I just got done watching the Dave Chappelle Sticks and Stones, and I honestly believe that this is definitely what was needed. I think this is what was needed in all of really. I think socially we needed this. We needed this, and it was mainly because things have gotten so bad that you can't make a joke about anyone. Um, and it's funny when you actually watch the special. When you actually watch the special, you'll see that there's people in the audience that are they don't know whether to laugh or anything else, and it kind of brings me back to that the guy that was on YouTube, and I think I did a video on that, and it was and basically he was walking around New York and he was asking people name something that women are better at than men, and then or name some things, and then they would say a whole bunch of things, this and that, blah blah blah, and then he said, okay, well now say what men are better at than women, and no one, we've been socially conditioned to not to be very PC, but then put down our own group, because there was even a guy that he asked this to, and he couldn't say anything, but then when it came to women, he had plenty to say what women are better at than men. So I think it's just one of those situations where we've been socially, we're so freaking PC now, we can't laugh about anything. I mean, let's be honest here. When Netflix put this Hannah, whatever, that the lesbian lady on, which is fine if they have which is fine if she has a comedy special, but on a comedy special, she's talking about being sexually assaulted, and then how could they do this to me? And I'm thinking, well, so I don't see any jokes, or I don't hear any jokes. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. When are we supposed to laugh? You know? And so this was definitely needed. And like I said before, now who I did see laughing a lot in the audience was the black men. The black men were definitely laughing a lot. You saw black men laughing a whole lot. You saw a lot of black women. A lot of them were upset. There were a lot of them laughing. There was actually a woman in the front row. And when he first came out there and he said something about that when they said that's Trump or whatever, when he was talking about digging up old tweets and this and that, and he said that's you, and there was a black lady in the front row, and she was kind of pretty, and she's like she's, well, I don't get the joke. That's the way she was acting, and it was like, yeah, that is probably you. Because if you don't understand that kind of joke, then it's probably you. Because you're just fine digging up old stuff on people and things that somebody said years and years ago, whatever, and just going after them and trying to cancel them. So I'm trying not to give away too much, so I'm gonna go ahead and go. This is a spoiler alert, so I mean I'm not going to give up the whole thing when he was talking about with that, but I'm gonna bring out some things that I thought that basically that I thought that were pretty good. So here's going to be the first one when he was talking about the WNBA. If women were equal, then why is there a WNBA? We've been saying this in the often banned section of YouTube. We've been saying this all along, because if men and women are equal, and they're saying men are just as strong as women, and this isn't him talking, this is me, then why is there a WNBA? Because women should be good enough to get in the WNBA. When he was talking about, they were saying something about it's a woman's right to choose. He said something about that, and what we've been saying in YouTube, in the often banned YouTube section, he said straight up, well, it's a woman's right to choose, and the women were like, yeah, it's the right woman's right to choose. It's a woman's right. You have nothing. Your hands off my uterus. And he said, he's like, yeah. He said, men, we should never say anything. He said, but if you decide to have a baby, then we shouldn't pay child support. And it actually went to the audience, and the women were like, no, well, wait a minute now, why do I have to? Why do I have to actually take care of something? You don't have to take care of something you don't want. So why do I have to take care of something I don't want? Right? If we're gonna be equal, once again, and it's just one of those things where we're showing that women they don't want any responsibility for their actions. A lot of women that are in this, they don't want any responsibility. Go out, whore out, and go have unprotected sex. Sometimes, yes, we know there are some situations where people are pregnant unwillingly because of some kind of sexual assault. We're not talking about those cases. We're talking about the cases where you were going out and you made a conscious decision to have sex with somebody, get pregnant, and then don't want any responsibility for your actions. So why can't I do the same thing? Why can I not have responsibility for my actions? And he talked about this is how I feel inside, about the trans people saying, well, since I feel this kind of way inside, then that just means that's what I am. And he talked about some other thing, but I'm just going to leave that for the people. But I think the same thing. Why is this so? Why is Rachel Dolezal or Sean King or whatever? I don't know what Sean King thinks, but why is Rachel Dolezal, or if she feels as if she's saying she's transracial, she feels as if she's black? Why is this? Why is she able to basically say the same thing? Because she's biologically one thing, but saying she feels like she is biologically another. How is that different than the T in the alphabet game? Anyway, he was talking about him getting in trouble for saying the F word. Talking about the people that are into the same gender. He talked about the F word, and you know what? I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna leave the rest of it. I want everyone to watch it, and I'm just saying, I hope more and more comedians and people that are in the media, that are in the Hollywood bubble, I'm hoping that more people come out against, or that come out and do things like this. Because I know I was listening to Tim Pool the other day, and he was talking, and it was saying something about no, it wasn't Tim Pool. It was the Asian lady. I think she's half Asian. She's on the Blaze now. Anyway, she was talking about how there's a lot of people in Hollywood that will push or will say they're part of, they're for these things. Tim Pool's brought it up too, but they'll say they're for things that they're really not for. But that's just part of, even though they're really not for it, they only get behind certain theories or certain movements purely because it's just, it furthers their career. It isn't something they actually believe in. They're willing to say anything. They're willing to get behind any movement. And I think that was when she was, I think that was Lauren Chin. That's what her name is. She was talking about that in some NBC article, talked about what was it about? Julianne Hough says she's not straight or something. It was something stupid. But basically, Hollywood pushes the wokeness and things like that, but they're not really behind. A lot of these people, like I've said before in previous videos, they're not really on board with these things. They just say these things just to get the claps because it feels good. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. All right.